Sugar is the direct source of glucose. Glucose made the survival of organisms possible. This makes sugar responsible for the growth of an individual, and how does it makes them old? It all lies in the past. When our ancestors used to stay in caves, they stay sheltered most of the time, and go out on a hunt on specific days, like when they have to eat by all means. But still with caution, and in pairs. So, sometimes when nature favors them, they hunted down the big beast, and enjoyed it for the whole week after that. And sometimes, it was nothing. It also explains an aspect of cannibalism. In the fight of hunger, and survival through the years of evolution, our human body cell have developed a close correlation with bacteria when it comes to survival. Just like a bacteria cell, a human cell divides when the external conditions are right to thrive. Otherwise, it will stay in defense mode, and repair itself. So every time when we eat food, we feel good, because our brain releases dopamine, the chemical that makes us feel good, and relaxed. The brain stores all the details of the food that we ate, and in the future, if we see the same food again, we will feel increased craving for that food. Because it gives energy to the body. And it is also one of the reasons why we feel more attracted toward things which are sweet in taste. But inside our gut, there lives a whole other world. From the moment we intake our food, our digestive system starts breaking it down into its fundamental form. So after a few hours, if we look at an eaten apple, inside the digestive system, it will appear as only small chunks of chemical substance. Breaking down food to the minuscule level, makes it easy to be absorbed by the intestine. This minuscule divide food as vitamins, protein, and glucose. And each performs a specific function inside the body. The molecule of sugar can be composed of fructose, galactose, etc. But on a smaller scale, all of it is broken down into glucose, by the digestive system. Once the sac-like structure, villi, sucks the glucose into the blood glucose level rises. The pancreas, an organ located behind the stomach in the left abdomen, detects the increased level of glucose, and comes into action. The action results in the release of insulin hormone into the bloodstream. Sliding inside the vessels of blood, insulin reaches the muscle cell. It looks for a specific binding site to attach itself with the cell, and transfers the message that blood sugar level is high. The cell knows that it is time to use glucose to generate energy to carry the essential functions of life. The cell, in response to the message received from insulin, starts a chain reaction to signal glucose transferring agents, which are a special kind of protein. Acting upon it, the special proteins come closer to the cell membrane, and establish a bridge for glucose to enter the cell. It starts the channeling of glucose. And slowly, with the effort of millions of cells, the blood glucose level goes back to normal. But that is not the same case, inside a cell. Inside a cell, the glucose level is elevated. The cell starts its oven, to eliminate glucose, by burning it in the presence of oxygen. It leads to the production of carbon dioxide, water molecules, and energy, which is known as ATP, adenosine triphosphate. The carbon dioxide is released back to the blood, and later removed from the body. But ATP is used by cells. The cell pulls out its knife, and chops off one of the arms of ATP. Living ADP, which is adenosine diphosphate. It is a renewable process, ADP again attached to a molecule of phosphate, and becomes ATP again. Now, all the conditions for the cell are optimal. So it goes under the process of dividing itself. A cell can divide around 80 times in its life. After that it dies. It is a slow process, but slowly, with the replication of cells, the whole organism grows. But in the absence of sugar, the cell may not divide, instead it goes under repair, which prevents cell aging. Still, there are a number of things which can go wrong, like if blood sugar level does not come to normal, it can lead to diabetes. Or maybe the cell keeps on dividing itself, which can lead to cancer, which we are going to discuss in the future quick video. So we can say that sugar affects a large part of our living chemistry. If you like this video, share it with your friends. And make sure you subscribe.